Hello students, I am Swarajam, contract lecturer in UCA GPT, Nizamabad. Let us recall the what are the topics we have discussed in the last class. We discussed the data sheets and commonly used driver numbers. So in this data sheets and commonly used driver numbers, we discussed about IA 40400X series and data sheet of I1 in uh, 540 series we have discussed the various parameters and characteristics for these two diodes we discussed, and we discussed the commonly used diode numbers, uh, which is when we are having for the applications of clamping, holding, peak, time delay circuits, fast switching, reboot detectors, and high speed switching, military and industrial applications, variable capacitors, and FM tuner and frequency controlling. So for the different applications, we are having the different diode numbers, BAV45, BAW62, 0A90, OA47, IN 914, IN 4151, IN 4001, IN 4002, IN 4007, which is BA102, BB104, BB11113, and some other uh, diode numbers were we discussed for the another different applications. And we are using the we discussed the applications of diodes also, where we are using for the different applications for the polarities against protection against the polarity reversal, power control of soldering irons, bringing of incandescent lamps, temperature sensors. So these four applications are were discussed with the different circuit configurations. So these are the topics we have covered in the last lecture. So in the today's class, on completion of this period, you would be able to know the value of data for of the transistor for an amplifier application with required voltage gain. So we know what is the beta, what is the current gain of the common emitter transistors. We discuss that is one is in the transistor topics. We have discussed the alpha, beta, gamma, that is common base gain is the alpha, common emitter is the beta, and common collector is the gamma. So whereas alpha is the IC by IE, that is output current by input current, whereas in the common base is an input to the common to the input and output. So output current is common base means input current is IA and output current is collector. So alpha is the output current gain. So that is IC by IA. Whereas common emitter current gain is beta. Common emitter means emitter is common to the input and output. So base emitter junction is input side and collector to emitter junction is the output side. So here the output current is IC by ID. Whereas the common collector current gain, collector is a common to the input and output. So base is input junction and the collector is the emitter is the output. So here the output current by input current means IE by IP is the gamma. So we discussed these three topics in the transistor section, and select the correct transistor for a given output specification. We are going to discuss why the significance of the number marked on the transistor case. So we have when we are purchasing any component in the transistors, we will be identifying the significant number on that one. So we will be discussing what is the significance of that number marked on the transistor case. In different transistor packages and describe their pin configurations we are going to discuss. So these are the topics we are going to be covered in today's lecture. So let us discuss. This is the calculate the first one is the calculate the value of beta of the transistors. So how to calculate the beta? If any one of the we have the relations for the alpha, beta, gamma. So whereas alpha is the Alpha is the beta by 1 plus beta, and beta is the alpha by 1 minus alpha, and gamma is the 1 by 1 minus alpha. Or the you can calculate from the beta also, that is gamma is the 1 plus beta. So among this one, if only one of the variable is known, we can be find out the another variable or the another parameter. So let us consider one example. If alpha of a transistor is zero point 0.9, then calculate the beta. Here, this alpha is given. Then calculate the beta. So we have the relation that is beta is equal alpha by 1 minus alpha. So you can be directly substitute that value of alpha in the equation. So here that is given alpha is equal 0 0.9, and we have the equation is beta is equal alpha by 1 minus alpha. So you have to substitute the value of alpha is equal 0 0.9 by 1.09. So after calculating this value, we will get that beta is equal 9. So this is the beta of a transistors. So let us having a given NPN transistor for which alpha m is equal to 0.98 and ICO, that is a output current, reverse saturation current, that is 2 milliamperes. A common emitter connection is used, and VCC is equal, supply voltage is equal 12 volts, and the load resistance RL is equal 4.0 kilo ohms. So what is the minimum base current required in order the transistor enters its saturation region? So we have to calculate here the minimum base current. So that is IB. You have to find out this. Here the common emitter configuration is given. So you have to find out the input current. That is IB current. You have to find out that one. So what is the value here is given? Alpha is given. Reverse saturation ICO is given. And the VCC is given. And RL is given. So we have to find out the what is the output current here is common emitter is, that is the gain is alpha. Sorry, gain is the beta. Here the beta is, now to find out the beta is equal output current by input current. So here the output current is the IC. That is the current is the IC. So we don't here we are not having the IC. So to find out that IC, we have to calculate the output current. So output current is equal here. Let us draw this circuit. This one is a common emitter configuration. Here this one is base current, input current, and this one is the IC current. That is the output current. So this output current is given. This is the IC is equal, I is equal to V by R. So that is a supply voltage within the 12 volts divided by, that is a load resistance RL is equal to 4 kilo ohms. So you can be substitute this value 12 volts by RL, that is 12 by 4K. So we will get 4K, that is if you are going with this numerator, then you will get the milliamperes. So that is I is equal to V by R, that is in amperes. So you have the 4 by 12 by 4, that is 3 milliamperes. Then we have to find out the base current, minimum current. Here it is answer, that is the minimum base current. But beta, we have the equation beta is equal to output current by input current, that is IC by IB. So here we are having IC. Now we have got the IC value. So we have to find out that IB value. So you can be substitute that one. IB is equal to IC by beta. So here you can be substitute, that is IC by beta. Just we are replacing this beta is equal to IC by IB. Just we are replacing, that is IB is equal to IC by beta. So here the beta is equal to, we are not having, here the beta is also not given. Only those in the question, that is the alpha is given. That is NPN transistor alpha n is given. So from that equation we have that relation from the alpha beta gamma relations. Beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. So substituting that value of in this equation, we get the beta. So these values substitute in this equation IC by IC saturation by beta. IC saturation we got 3 milliamperes and beta is equal to 49. So that is a minimum base current is equal to 61.31 milliamperes. So this is the solution for this question. Okay, now here we have found out the minimum base current required for the transistors. So depending on the values given from that equation, from that values, we have to find out the solutions by using the available equations. Next example, let us discuss another example. If a transistor with alpha is equal to 0.98 and emitter to base resistance is 80 ohms is placed in common emitter configuration. Find the current gain. AI is means current gain, AV means voltage gain, and AP is equal to power gain. So we have to find out the current. This placed in common emitter. So current gain is beta. Here it is given alpha. So you can be substitute the beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. So you will get the current gain. And that is current gain is given. Power gain, voltage gain. Voltage gain and your power gain you have to find out. So V is equal to R is equal to given. Here that is R is equal to given means we will get voltage gain is equal to minus beta into RL by gamma B. Gamma base to emitter junction. So here current gain I is equal to common emitter. So then base in output current is IC and beta is equal to this one IB. So here you will get beta is equal to alpha by minus 1 minus alpha. Substituting this value 0.98 1 minus 0.98. You have to substitute that value is equal to 0.98. Then you will get the value is equal to, here it is 24. Then we will get the voltage gain is equal minus beta in the common emitter transistor, that is voltage given is given by minus beta into RL by gamma B. That is given in the common base transistor, common emitter transistors. So minus beta, that is 24 into RL is equal to is given, and base to emitter is 1 by beta is equal is given. 7.5 into 10 to the power of 4 by 80. So you'll get minus 22 into 22,500. So the AP is equal, power gain is equal to A1 into AV. That is I into V. Current gain into voltage gain. So by multiplication, you will get the value. So let's select the correct transistor for given circuit specifications. So which applications we are using for the which specifications we are using, we have to select the which is the correct transistor for given the specification. So AC 126 PNP germanium transistor is we are using for the drivers, and AC 187 NPN low frequency transistor we will use for the medium power amplification specifications, and BC107A, BC107B, PNP low frequency transistors for drivers. So first one and third one is for we are using for the drivers, and BC177 PNP transistor is for audio amplifiers and driver amplifier specification will use, and AF125 PNP high frequency will use for the radio frequency amplifiers. So high frequency will use the radio frequency only, and low frequency medium power amplifiers. And BU205 power amplifiers, RTS size regulators, and BD115 video amplifiers in portable TVs, that is we will use in the TVs, and the portable TVs video amplifiers. and SL100 current amplifiers used as series or shunt regulators in RPS. So we'll use in the RPS, we'll use it in the RPS. And SK100 voltage amplifiers used as series or shunt regulators in RPS. And ZN2646, this is used for the low frequency amplifiers in inverters. Low frequency amplifiers inverters. So this will be used in the inverters. And SL100 and SK100 is used in the SL is used as the current amplifiers and SK will be used as the voltage amplifiers in the RPS. And BF196 NPN high frequency used in the as mixer amplifiers and RF amplifiers in radio frequencies. So high frequencies are used in the RF radio frequency amplifiers, and low frequency will be used in the medium power amplifications and audio power amplifications, and the driver amplifiers will be used. So these are the transistors we have to choose for the different applications and the different specifications. We will choose the values. So let us discuss the significance of the number marked on the transistor case. So when you are purchasing the transistors, you will be observe the some letters will be written on the case. So what is the significance of the letters on the case? Two letters followed by a number. So here we are showing it. Two letters are following this number 126 AC 187 AC is followed by the number BC BC AF BU BD SL SK ZN BF. These are the numbers are letters are followed by these numbers. So here these two letters followed by a number. First letter means is indicates the germanium devices. B. Silicon devices. C. Gallium arsenide devices. D. Indium antimonide devices. So here, if this one first letter is A, silicon. First letter is A means germanium devices. And first we are having the AC. AC means germanium devices and gallium arsenide devices. We will use AC. In BC, silicon devices and gallium arsenide devices. Like this, we will be uh, use the letters to identify the transistors. B. So B is the silicon devices, A is the gallium germanium devices, and C is the gallium arsenide devices, and D is the indium antimonide. And the second letter, here we're having the second letter is also C, 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 F, U, D, L, S, K, N, D, N, F. So here A, detection diode, D, variable capacitance device, transistor for AF applications, D, power transistor, Y, rectifying diode, F, transistor for RF applications. So here, if you are having the second letter is A, so here we are not having any letter is A. So if you are having the letter is C, transistor for AF applications. So these are the first one, two, three, four are the transistors for the power applications. AF audio frequency power applications. Drivers, medium power drivers audio power. So these are the low frequency and the audio power amplifiers applications. Whereas another letter we are having F. F is for the radio frequencies. Transistors for RF applications, that is radio power, radio frequencies applications are the high frequency applications. And this we are having U, D, L, S, K, N. So here only some of the few letters only is given. Example, AF 139. It is a germanium transistor. A means it is a germanium device. Transistor for RF applications. F means radio frequency applications. Number 139 is design number by 127 silicon rectifying diode. F, that is AF. The germanium transistor for RF application number 139 is designed by is a design number by 127 silicon rectifying diode. Old system letter O indicates that it is semiconductor devices. So previously we will use the letter O also. So that is indicate the semiconductor devices. Second letter, if the first letter is O, it is indicated the semiconductor devices. The second letter A for diode, C for transistors, and AZ for Zener diodes. If it is having any component case, that is if we are having the O, first letter is O, it is a semiconductor diode. And if the second letter is A, that is a diode, it indicates a diode, and C is if it is C, it is indicates that it's a transistor. And if it is still having AZ, that is for Zener diode. Let us example, it OA81. It is a semiconductor diode. First one is a semiconductor and A is also a diode. So semiconductor diode. Let us example OC. That is a it is a transistor, semiconductor transistor. C it is a C is for transistor, so it is a transistor. And OAZ200, that is a semiconductor devices which is used as a Zener diode. So these are the representation or the identification of the letters and the case, how to identify the any component. Transistor packages and the pin configurations. So how it is transistors are fabricated and how to identify the pins. Transistor is a device in which two PN diodes are connected back to back. So we know that NPN are the PNP transistors in which the two diodes are connected back to back. We discussed in the that lecture also. So whenever there is one layer is sandwiched in between to the other layers, then the two junctions will be formed and three layers with the three layers and three terminals. We discussed that once. And it has three terminals, namely emitter, base, and collectors. Three layers, two junctions. Junction is one first base to emitter junction we call as emitter junction, and base to collector junction we call as a collector junction JC, JC. And emitter is heavily doped, base is lightly doped, and collector is moderately doping, and emitter is area is moderate, and base is thin, and area collector area is large. So emitter is emits the majority charge carriers, and collector collects the majority charge carriers emitted from the by the emitter. And then in the base, the majority charge carriers will take the recombination, and excess of emitters, majority charge carriers will be emitted to the going to the towards the collectors. So these are the topics we discuss about the transistor. It is available in two types, that is NPN transistors and PNP transistor. Usually, it is made up of germanium or silicon or gallium arsenide or gallium phosphate, gallium phosphate. So these are the transistors we are having. We discussed already, we know that NPN transistor and PNP transistors, and the type of the materials we are using for the designing of this transistor is either the germanium, silicon or gallium arsenide or gallium phosphate. These are the materials we are using. The schematic symbols of PNP and NPN transistors are shown in figure. So this is the figure in PNP transistor, PNP transistor, and this is the figure of NPN transistors. Most of the time will be use the NPN transistors. Why? Because mobility of the electrons are more compared to the mobility of holes. So most of the time will be use the NPN transistors, and this majority charge carriers are electrons. So here the mobility of electrons is more. So that's why we'll use preferably we'll use the NPN transistors. But whatever that operation that is similar to the PNP transistors, only the polarities will be changes and the current direction will be reverse only. So these are the two basic symbols of the NPN and PNP transistors. Base, collector and emitter, three terminals, and the current direction is towards the inverse towards the base. And whereas the NPN transistors, three terminals, base, collector and emitter, and the current direction is towards the outside from the base to the emitter. So these are the two symbols in the NPN and PNP transistors, and the transistor leads for some common case styles. So we have to how to identify the different types of the transistors we are having. So these are the symbols of this one. This is one type of T018 and T039 transistor. So how to identify the terminals? So wherever it is having one node, so that is nearer to that non terminal, we can have to consider it as the emitter. So from that onwards, emitter, base and collector. Emitter, base and collectors. And here T092A, T092B, T092C. So here A, emitter, base and collector. Base, and here it is emitter, base, collector. And emitter, base, collector. So changing from this one is how to observe that one is. So here it is. First one is emitter, collector, base. And here it is emitter, base is coming to the middle and collector. And collector is first, one base is middle and emitter is last. So depending on the number, we can be identify these terminals. And here it is T0218 and T0220. So this one is the number identification of this one, base, collector, emitter. And this is one type of, another type of is the metal phase itself. It is a metal phase type of the transistors, the T03. So you have to identify the terminal is, this one is base and emitter. This middle one is the, or it is a collector. So this is the identifications of the components terminals of the transistors. So transistor outline packages, we are having the different types of the packages. So here we are having, we have shown here it is T03. So this is one type of package. So it is showing in this one is a top view. Let us discuss these packages. So this one is the first one is the T03. Here we are showing this one is the T03. So how to identify this one is, so here this two terminals, this one first one is a collector and the remaining this other sides we may consider as a base and emitter. This is the T03 3 pin throw hole metal case mount, and this one is T05. So these are the types of the transistors we have seen in the first, second and the fourth, and this these last three types of the transistors, and this one we have seen in the lab. So this T05 throw hole metal case 3 leads and T08 throw hole metal case 8 leads. So it is having 8 leads, and T08 through whole metal case, it is also 3 leads, and T036 3 terminal large round cap. This is really having in the round shape, and T0 TO39 throw hole metal case. So these all are TO, not T0, TO. That is a throw hole. And TO92 throw hole plastic body. So these are having from this onwards you're having the plastic body, and TO92 throw hole plastic body, TO126 three lead throw hole, TO202 three lead throw hole with metal tab, TO218 transistor outline package case style 218, TO220 three lead throw hole plastic case with metal cap. So these are the different transistor outline package types we are having. So this can be chosen, and depending on the transistor or depending on the letters written on the case, you can identify the type of the transistors, and if, based on that one, we can be identify the terminals of the transistor also. So here we have discussed the in this we have discussed about the value of beta of the transistor for an application with required voltage gain. So whatever it is given for the transistor, say the alpha, beta, gamma are given, we can be find out the value of beta, or if given the any other parameters is given by using the equations, available equations for the unit common emitter or the common base or the common color transistors, we can be find out the beta. Not only the beta, we can be find out the alpha, gamma also. And select the transistors for given specifications. We can be identify that depending on the number. We can be identify the transistors for either the audio amplifiers or the radio frequencies or the mixers or the video detectors or the TV, portable TVs. So depending on the transistor numbers, we can be identify the transistors for the different specification or different applications. Significant of the number marked on the transistors. So depending on the numbers with the letters are written on the case, we can be identify the which is type of the transistor, either the semiconductor or the germanium or the gallium arsenide, or the what are the type of the material we are using, and for what type of the applications, for what type of applications we are using, we can be identify the transistors based on the number marked on the case. And different transistor packages and display the pin configurations. We have the different packages and having the different numbers. Based on the number and packaging, we can be identify the terminals of the transistors and the pin also. So what are the frequently asked questions on this topic? Calculate the value of beta with the transistors for an amplifier application with the required voltage gain. So based on the question given, we have to find out the value of beta for the transistors, for the given transistors, and select the transistor for given circuit specifications. So for which applications we are using which transistors, you have to identify and explain the significance of number marked on the transistor case. So which letter we are using, but the first letter is what is the type of the letters, and second letters we are using. So A means germanium, B means silicon devices, C means gallium arsenide devices, D means indium antimonides. And the second letter is the second letter G, detection diode, D is the variable capacitance device, C is the transistor for the AF application, D is the power transistor, and Y is the rectifying diode, F is the for the radio frequency application. Like that, we have to write indicate the numbers marked in the transistor case. And explain the different packages and discuss the pin configurations. So these are the different types of the questions you have to occur in your exam point of view. So let us discuss some simple questions on this one. In an NPN silicon transistor, alpha is given 0.995 and IE is given 10 milliamperes and leakage current ICBO, that is reverse saturation leakage current, 0.5 microamperes. Determine the IC EVO. So here the option is given 10 microamperes, 100 microamperes, 90 microamperes, and 500 microamperes. So what is the solution in which it is given? Determining the ICEO. So we are having the equations for this one because having this one is explanation. IC is equal to alpha IE plus ICBO. So here is alpha is given, ICBO is given, IE is given. So you will get IC is equal to alpha IE plus ICBO. So substituting the values 0.995 into 10 to the power of minus milliamperes plus 0.5 microamperes. So you'll get was 9.95 milliamperes. So you are having IC is equal to IE plus IB. We are having that one equation. IE is equal to IB plus IC. So from that one, you have to define IB is equal to IE minus IC. 10 minus 9 will get 0.495 milliamperes, and beta is equal alpha by 1 minus alpha. So ICEO is equal to 9.995, that is IC minus 199, that is IB. IC minus IB will get, that is 100 microamperes. So the option is B. And next question is, a transistor is connected in common emitter configuration. Collector supply voltage VCC is equal to 10 volts and RL is equal to 100 volts. Voltage drop across RL is equal to 0.8 volts and alpha is equal to 0.96. So what is the base current? Transistor is connected in common emitter configurations. So you have to find out the input current, base current. So here the options are 41.97, 56.78, and 67.67 and 78.5 microamperes. So the answer is 41.97 microamperes. So how we are getting this 1 ampere microamperes? Let us having some explanation for this one. Here IC is equal to, that is output current is equal to 0.8, that is the drop across this one, voltage divided by RL, that is I is equal to V by R. So this is the voltage across this output circuit and in the output resistance. So here we'll get the IC is equal to 1 milliamperes, and beta is how to find out common emitter, that is input. So IC is equal, IB is equal to IC by IB. Alpha is equal, just now we have discussed in the theory, alpha by 1 minus alpha, you will get 0.96 by 1.96, you will get 24. Then now IB is equal to IC by beta. So 1 by 24, you will get 41.67 microamperes. So the answer is A. The relation between alpha and beta is, beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. Alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. Beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. And alpha is equal to beta by 1 minus beta. So which is the one correct is correct? Alpha. Alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. Whereas beta is equal to 1 minus alpha is also right. Beta is alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. Beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. So both A and B is also answer is correct. Beta is an AC based amplification factor. Alpha is called as current amplification factor. The relation of IC and IB changes as IC is equal to beta by IB plus 1 plus beta ICB. But here if the relation is only asked, so we can write whether the both A and B is also correct. So it is referred to as the communication link between the manufacturer and the users. So what What is will be used as a communication link between the manufacturer and the user. So here a specification sheet, a characteristics manual, a characteristics curve, all of the above. So communication link between the manufacturer and the user is, we will be discuss it as a, I think it is all of characteristics manual. So the answer is characteristics manual. Will be using as a link between the manufacturer and the users. So by the using the characteristics curve, you can be identify the functionality of the circuit also. The information that can be found in most specification sheets is maximum ratings, thermal characteristics, electrical characteristics, all of them. So maximum in the specification sheet will get all the characteristics, maximum ratings, thermal characteristics, electrical characteristics. So I think all answer is all the above. Answer is D. So by this we have discussed in the today's lectures. So we discussed this the calculation of the beta values and transistor packages and the numbers letters marks and the transistor, how to identify the terminals. Okay, we have discussed these are the topics in the today's lectures. So by this our lecture is completed. Thank you.